Have you ever woken up before you sleep? You know, that moment late at night when your mind just won't shut off? You're lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, and suddenly everything feels possible. You start making plans, real plans. Like, tomorrow I'm going to change my life. I will wake up early. I'll go to the gym. I will study harder. I'll finally start that project I've been putting off. Maybe I will even learn a new language. You grab a notebook or maybe your phone and start drawing your new routine. You plan the hours, the meals, the workouts, the study blocks. You can almost see the new version of yourself, more focused, more disciplined, unstoppable. You fall asleep feeling proud. You think, this time is different. But then morning comes. The alarm cuts through the dark, and the first thing your brain says isn't let's go. It's actually not today. Maybe I'll start after breakfast. Maybe I'll start next week. Before you realize it, that spark you felt last night is gone. You still try for a day, maybe two. You force yourself to do the things you planned. But they don't feel the same anymore. The energy that pushed you last night isn't there. And by the third day, the plan starts to crumble. You skip once, then twice, then you tell yourself, I will restart when I feel ready again. But that's the trap. Motivation never comes back the same way. It's a firework, bright, loud, short-lived. It makes you believe you changed, but then suddenly it just leaves. If you've ever been through this, stay with me. Because in this video, I want to explain what really happens inside your mind when that spark fades. Why the secret to real change isn't motivation, it's identity. The kind of change that doesn't depend on feeling ready. The kind that stays when you don't want to move. The kind that quietly becomes who you are. So if you ever told yourself, this time I will change, and then the fire just died, this talk is for you. Before we get deeper into the topic, I want to take a moment to say thank you guys. At the time I'm recording this, we just reached 45 subscribers on the channel, and I can't even explain how grateful I am. 45 might sound like a small number to some people, but to me, it's everything, because it means 45 people decided to spend their time listening, thinking, and reflecting with me. And you know, I was never a YouTuber before, so this first step just means a lot for me. If I can change even one person's life with these videos, if one of you watches and feels understood, and starts building a better version of herself, then I've already done my job. I want this community to keep growing, not for the numbers, but for the conversation we can build together. And for that, I really need your feedback. I want to know from you guys. Tell me what I can improve from my videos. My riffing, my pronunciation, my tone. As you guys know, English isn't my first language, and sometimes I have to be true. I just feel insecure about it. So please let me know, do you understand me well? Does the message reach you? You're part of this journey, and I want to make this space better for you. Together, we can make this small corner of the internet a place where we can reflect, and the reflection can feel like home, you know? 2 years ago, I weighed 69 kilos, about 152 pounds. I didn't like how that number felt for me. So I started going to the gym. But here's the thing, I didn't begin with a goal to reach. Right now, I'm at 85 kilos, around 187 pounds. I didn't even think that far ahead. What I really wanted was to become the kind of person who trains. At first, it was awkward. I didn't enjoy it. Every session felt like starting over and over again. But little by little, something shifted. The hardest part wasn't starting, it was continuing. Because starting is always a burst of excitement, right? It's new, it's fresh, It's a full hope. But Continuum is quiet. It's the moment when no one is watching and you still show up. And as I kept going, I began to see some small changes. I got stronger, I looked on the mirror and saw progress. And that's when it hit me. I didn't want to lose what I had built. That feeling, wanting to protect it, what I had worked for, created a loop. The more I trained, the more I wanted to train. The more I saw results, the more I wanted to protect them. And that's how it happened. Going to the gym stopped being a task. It became part of my identity. Today, I don't have to think about it, I just go. It's who I am now. Someone who trains, who takes care of his body, who values that version of himself. And the fun part is, once that change happened, everything else followed. I started waking up earlier, eating better, sleeping better. Because if I train, I don't want to eat junk food. If I train, I don't want to go to the bed at 2 AM. If I train, I don't want to drink every weekend. One small identity shift from I want to go to the gym to I'm the kind of person who trains changed everything around it. Making the gym part of who I am was one of the best decisions I've ever made. And the same applies to you. Whatever habit you want to build, reading, saving money, learning something new, stop trying to force it. Instead, make it part of who you are. Because when a habit becomes a facet of your identity, it stops being a fight, it starts being your nature. If identity is what lives inside you, environment is the frame that holds it. Every day, your surrounding draw invisible lines around who you are allowed to be. The space you walk in, the people you talk to, the art you consume, the rhythm of your days, all of that is designed. Whether you're Nazi or not, this is shaping you. There's an old saying that goes like that. Tell me who you walk with, and I will tell you who you are. It's just Asian wisdom, you know, but it might be the simplest explanation of how identity really works. Because who you walk with, who you spend time with, slowly paints who you become. Think about it. If you spend time with people who draw, who design, who create, you start to see the world differently. You start noticing shapes, colors, small details. You start to create, even if you don't call yourself an artist yet. That's how identity grows, by reflection. And it's the same with habits. If you want to become someone who trends, don't just fight to just wake up early. Surround yourself with people who already live that life. Make friends who go to the gym. Let their consistency rub off on you. When you see their routine, it becomes normal. Not distant, just part of the landscape. And also, if you want to read more, make friends who talk about books. Hang around people who are curious. You start reading not to prove something, but because it feels natural to belong to that group. But also, just so you know, this mirror works both ways. If you spend most of your time with people who drink every weekend, it's only a matter of time before you join them. Not because you want to, but because the environment whisper, this is what we do here. Maybe not every week, maybe not to excess, but the pool is quiet and constant. So, if you want to redesign your habits, redesign your environment. Clean your desk if you want clarity. Keep your sketchbook open if you want to draw more. Place your gym clothes where you can see them. You don't become disciplined by fighting the world. You become disciplined by designing a world that makes the right choice just easier. Your environment is always drawing something inside you. Lines, habits, patterns. Make sure it's drawing the kind of person you actually want to be. And just so you know, you're going to fall. I do too, everyone does. But the fall isn't the problem, it's the story you tell yourself about it that is the problem. When you miss a day, don't panic, guys. Don't erase everything you built. Missing one day doesn't make you someone else. Missing one day doesn't make you someone else. It just means you skipped one proof of who you are. So name it without guilt. Okay, I missed it. Then shrink the next step until it feels almost funny. 2 minutes, 1 page, 1 stretch, 1 small movie. And do it today, not Monday. And say the sentence again. I train, I create, I learn. Because every time you restart, you protect your identity. People who start fast don't need perfect streaks. They don't chase consistency. They become the consistency. Fall in love with the restart. That's where real discipline lives. Before you sleep tonight, try something different. Grab a pen or just your phone. Draw the person you want to be. Not perfectly, just honestly. Add the small details. How this person wakes up, how they eat, how they work, how they treat people. What are they value? Because when you draw with detail, you start to see the path. You begin to understand what you need to do, not someday, but tomorrow. And then something power happens. You stop dreaming about this person and you just start becoming them. Because that drawing isn't a fantasy anymore. It's your identity, waiting to be lived. So tomorrow morning when the alarm rings, don't wait for motivation. And remember, every small action is another line in the portrait of who you're becoming. And if this video helped you anyway, consider subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot. Leave a comment below, it helped me with the algorithm. But more than that, I love reading what this kind of reflection means to you. And if you enjoy this kind of talk, honest about life, about growth and identity, I think you'll feel home at here. I think you'll feel home. I think you'll feel at home here. And thank you for being here, truly. And now go draw your next version and take the first small step to meet them tomorrow.